camera is on you.
Hello, Nigerians. Good morning, fellow Nigerians. Good morning, Akwa Ibomites. It's my delight to have you once again today on our interesting program, your favorite program here, Hello Nigerians, with Lapel Reporters. We are reaching you our studio as we speak. Let me quickly use this medium to congratulate all Nigerians on a successful 64th anniversary year, independence year celebration. And also, of course, Akwa Ibomites on 37th anniversary of state creation celebration. Hello Nigerians, which focuses on keeping the community, the society abreast with the current issues in the society. Also have various segments, one of which is the interview section. And of course, we shall discussed with you certain issues that arose in recent times. Before we get to the news segment, to the interview segment, let's quickly cast a look at some of the current situation in the society. This is on the segment that has to do with the news. This is News O'Clock at Lapel Reporters Network. The headlines: Iran launches major missile attack on Israel. President Tinubu assures Nigerians on measures to reduce high cost of living at Independence Day celebration. ACISEC chairman reiterates the commission's readiness as it sets for a local government election on Saturday, October 5th. Now the details. Nigeria President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has assured Nigerians that his administration is committed to implementing measures that will reduce the high cost of living in the country. As contained in the statewide independence celebration broadcast on Tuesday, President Tinubu acknowledged the struggles faced by Nigerians and due to prevailing economic unemployment challenges, but assured that the federal government is poised to find sustainable solutions. To food prices, President Tinubu announced that measures such as mechanized farming, the establishment of a local assembly plants for tractors, and of the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas (CNG) for mass transit. On youth development, the president announced a 30-day national conference aimed at addressing the challenges faced by young people in the nation, and further promised to implement other youth-oriented programs such as the 3 million technical program, 3MTT, and the Nigerians Educational Loan Fund. He urged Nigerians to believe in his administration and work together toward fostering national unity and social harmony, as his administration has so far been winning the war against terrorism and banditry in the northern part of the country. The chairman of Akwa Ibom State Independent Electoral Commission has affirmed the readiness of the Commission to conducting a credible election across the 31 local governments of the state. Elder Iko Iwak, the Commission chairman, disclosed this to a delegation from the Conflict and Dialogue Mitigation team of the state-to-state under the UZ, who were on a courtesy call on the Commission regarding its preparedness to conducting a conflict and violence-free elections. Mr. Iko Iwak disclosed that the Commission, upon his commencement of the process on June 4th this year, has been following all the processes step by step, from issuing of the election notice, timetable, and the guidelines, as well as subsequent publishing of the names of those screened and qualified from their various political parties that submitted to take part in the election. The Commission chairman further assured that transparency would be upheld and urged voters to go to their individual polling units to confirm information, as the names of all registered voters qualified to participate in the election have been posted across all the 4,353 polling units in the state from the 4th of September this year. He also said that accreditation will be done manually and all eligible voters should appear at the various units with their voters card. He equally said that unit scores would be announced by the unit officers and at the ward level also, where the emerging councillor shall be announced except the chairmanship results that will be announced at the Commission's headquarters by the returning officer. From the foreign scene, Iran launches major missile attack on Israel. Iran has launched dozens of missiles toward Israel on Tuesday in what is said was a response to the killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and others. CNN teams on the operations across Israel have observed dozens of missiles flying. Some have been intercepted by Israel's air defenses, although clear. How many sirens? It's clear how many. I beg your pardon. Sirens sounded across the country, according to a student from Israel's military. Rather, from the Israel's military. Israel's military said was that Iran fired 180 projectiles at the country. Israel Defense Forces IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hager said there were no injuries following the attack, adding that it was not the first time Israel had faced a threat from Iran. We are ready for them, he said. There was a serious attack on us and there will be serious consequences, Hager said in a briefing. Iran Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, GC said it is targeted in response to the killing of Nasrallah and others, according to Iran's semi-official Tasmin news agency. After the barrage of missiles was launched, the Iran through a mid-morning release when warned that Iran was poised to launch a ballistic missile attack on Israel. People in Tel Aviv, other cities have been told to stay near shelters or other protected areas, and the atmosphere on the street is tense. That's how far we can take on the news segment. Don't forget that this is an interesting moment in the nation's history. You know, the importance of one's independence. Take your mind back as if you are now an adult, either in your mid-adult stage or as a full-grown adult. Can you cast your mind back to when you initially was clamoring for independence from your parents? There were things you had always wished to be done on your own, should be allowed freedom to handle your personal decisions, to take care of your concerns, and to live freely, move around without being detected for or monitored. That was a state of independence. But then, do not also forget that self-independence comes with its own responsibilities. That is where we are taking a discussion to in regards to Nigeria. Just yesterday, Monday, October 1st, Nigerians gathered to commemorate its 64 and its an independence anniversary. So far so good. How have we fared? And just last week, precisely September 23rd, Akwa Ibom State converged to mark its 37th anniversary of state creation. So, what has been the achievements of these two? Can we confidently pat our shoulders to say that the independence we clamor for, as that we can confidently beat our hands on our chests that indeed we've been faring well? This is not going to be discussed just by myself, and that's why I have in the house a father figure, a traditional leader, one who is abreast with the happenings, who understand the rhythms of what is at stake. It's none other than His Highness Etedum Alfred Ekong, the village head of Patana Fort Community Local Government area. Your Highness, good to have you, sir, on our program. Please, sir, can you meet Nigerians? Can you greet Nigerians?
Hello, Nigeria. Hello, Akwa Ibom State. As it has already been introduced, I am Yetidong Idongas Rekom, the village head of Patana Fort here in Uyo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, and I am glad to address address Nigerians and Akwa Iboms today.
All right, sir. Let me quickly put this. Happy double celebration, sir. Akwa Ibom celebrated its 37th anniversary of state creation just last week on the 23rd of September, and just yesterday, Nigeria marked 64 independence anniversary. So, sir, would you say that the level we are so far is worth celebrating both at the state and as a nation?
Yes, I will want to start by saying that in respect to our state, Akwa Ibom, that was created 7 years ago, the celebration is worthwhile. It is definitely worth to be celebrated. It is worth to be celebrated because when somebody that is up to 37 years is no more a child. Let me start from there. It is no more a child. It's a full-grown adult. In fact, if such individual is a man, at that age, a great majority of young men of that level has already married, established themselves. Some of them build houses of their own, have their family, and they grow. independently. So it ought to be celebrated in terms of, states.
Okay, as a state.
As
Okay.
a state, yeah.
Then what about as a nation?
Then as a nation, somebody that is, like, that has grown to
64
64 is a matured man. In fact,
Would you say grandfather?
yeah, he's a grandfather. In fact, in terms of what does the scripture says, scripture says a lifespan says about 60 or 70,
Okay.
and so when you talk of 64, 64 is and should I say an aged man, a grown up man of family and all of that.
All right. In terms of achievements, like you made mention of a child of a young man of 37 is already a father, so to speak. Is supposed to. A majority of them are already married, have children, established. In terms of establishment, looking at, I suppose from when we got our independence till date, Nigeria has 36 states, including the FCT, and it has given birth to other children.
Yes.
And I think it's not wrong to also admit that it's worthwhile that you've been able to make progress in that regard. And let's look at other avenues. You are more or less a father figure, sir, especially as a traditional leader. What would you say about the independence of Nigeria and that of Akwa said as a state, who were created some 37 years ago from Cross River State? What are those remarkable achievements, other observations that you have witnessed among these two?
Let me start with Akwa being our state. I can vividly, beat my hands on my chest to say that Akwa Ibom is, really worth to be celebrated at this time.
Okay.
I was there when the state was created.
Wow.
Sincerely, I was also there for few years. I was at secondary school level.
Okay.
Somebody that is, at the level, secondary school level, to be precise. The day of Akwa Ibom creation, I was in my SS1.
Wow.
I was in my SS1 secondary school, so I can say I was there.
They were low
During-
elation noises
Yes,
everywhere.
during the Cross River State regime.
Okay.
I knew a lot of things. I knew myself. I saw some things, even though at that point it wasn't everything that I really experienced and fully understand. But during the creation, I could remember that night vividly how it was as a small child,
Okay.
a child of around 16 years. I was there and I saw how, to be precise, where the local government I came from. I saw how my village Atanaford was then and the environment. And I witnessed, even when the first military administrator came to the state, I witnessed, I saw, in fact, we were one of those students, part of the student that stood on the roadside to welcome the first administrator that came to do. That is Ogbeha, Tunde Ogbeha.
Okay.
So we saw it, and we knew how rural, how undeveloped Akwa Ibom, was. Not to talk of you being the state capital.
Okay.
So from one step to another, from one administration to another, we see how progressively, the development has been. We see how rapidly the progress has been. Do we want to talk about roads, good roads network that we are having? From there, I can name so numerous the roads that have witnessed government constructing. We want to talk about health sector. We have a lot of hospitals, both federal, Akwa Ibom Polytechnic, We now have College of Education in Afaransa and many other